welcome to Vaishnavi's Academy. I'm going to do something different in this video. In all my last videos, I had said something about exams or studies, but in this video, I'm going to say a chapter 2 of Class 9 politics, and it is what is democracy and why democracy. Let's begin. There are two types of government. One is democratic and another one is non-democratic. In democratic type of government, we find that the rulers are elected by the people. But in non-democratic type of government, we find that the rulers are not elected by the people, like in dictatorship or military coup or king's rule. So Abraham Lincoln said that democracy is a form of government by the people, for the people, and of the people. And democracy comes from Greek word demos, kratia. Demos means people and kratia means rule. Therefore, democracy is ruled by the people. There is a simple definition of democracy. Democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. But this doesn't give us the complete idea about democracy. So we have taken the key points from this and we are going to find the features of democracy. So the rulers, election, people and form of government. Major decision by elected leaders. Let's take an example of Pakistan. General Pervez Musharraf led a military coup in 1999 at Pakistan. He overthrew the democratically elected government and declared himself a chief executive. Means democratically elected government means before in Pakistan there was a government which was elected by people, but now he overthrew it and he became a chief executive. Later he changed it to president, and in 2002 he held a referendum which gave him a 5-year extension. Reports of media, human rights organization and democracy activists said that the referendum was based on malpractices and fraud. Thus, this referendum was not fair and just because it was based on fraud. In 2002, August, he issued a legal framework order according to which the president can dismiss the national and provincial assemblies. Thus, he started taking power to the president. Then the work of civilian cabinet was supervised by National Security Council. This National Security Council was dominated by military officers. Then in Pakistan, elections were held for national and provincial assemblies, and elected representatives had some power, but the final power rests with military officers and General Pervez Musharraf himself. Thus, clearly Pakistan for many reasons is not a democratic country. People may have elected their representatives of national and provincial assemblies, but they are not the rulers. They don't have the final power. Military and general are not elected by the people, but they have the final power. Therefore, this cannot be called a people's rule. Thus, by this we can have our first feature of democracy, and it is, in a democracy, the final decision-making power must rest with those elected by the people. There should be a free and fair electoral competition. Let's take a case of China. Elections are regularly held after 5 years for electing the country's parliament, as same as India. The parliament of China is called as Congo Renmin Dahui, National People's Congress. It's something weird, no? So, it is, I have made it like Kong Gaiga Rahman Ka Dabaya Dhai. If you remember this line, then you can easily remember which comes first and which comes next. Congo Renmin Dahui. Then NPC, National People's Congress, had the power to appoint the president of the country. Nearly 3,000 members elected from all over China, and some were elected by military. Before contesting elections, a candidate needs the approval of Chinese Communist Party or 8 allied parties. Means no independent candidate can stand in election. Then the government is always formed by the Communist Party, because all members are from Communist Party. Let's go for the case study of Mexico. Mexico got independence in 1930 and holds the elections after every 6 years to elect its president. Until 2000, every election won by PRI, Institutional Revolutionary Party. Opposition did contest but never managed to win. Why did it never manage to win? Because PRI used many dirty tricks to win the elections. Those tricks were like government officers had officers had to attend party meetings in which the party members would blackmail them or any other things. Then teachers of government schools forced the parents to vote for PRI party. Media ignored activities of other political parties except criticizing them. Means media was also in the hand of PRI party. Sometimes polling booths were shifted at the last minute, by which more people could not vote and the people of PRI could vote easily. And PRI spent large sum of money in campaigning for their candidate, by which it is known as bribing. Then let's take out the problems of China and Mexico. In China, the elections do not offer the people any serious choice. In Mexico, people seem to really have choice, but in practice, they had no choice. Therefore, there is no fair elections. Thus, we can get our second feature to our understanding of democracy. A democracy must be based on a free and fair elections where those currently in power have a fair chance of losing. One person, one vote, one value. Universal adult franchise is accepted almost all over the world. But there are many countries where it is not accepted, like in Saudi Arabia, women do not have right to vote. Estonia has made its citizenship rules in such a way that the people belonging to Russian minority find it difficult to get the right to vote. In Fiji, the electoral system is such that the vote of an indigenous Fiji has more value than that of an Indian Fijian. By this, the democracy should be based on a fundamental principle of political equality, but in these cases it is not there. We have our third feature of democracy. In a democracy, each adult citizen must have one vote and each vote must have one value. Then, rule of law and respect for rights. Let's see case of Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe attained independence from white minority rule in 1980, and since its independence rule, it is ruled from ZANU-PF party that led freedom struggle, and its leader is Robert Mugabe, and he has been ruling it. Elections held regularly and were won by ZANU-PF. Mugabe is popular but also uses unfair practices. Constitution was changed several times to increase the powers of president and make him less accountable. Accountable means answerable. Opposition party workers harassed and their meetings disrupted. Public protests and demonstrations declared illegal. There was a law that limits the rights to criticize the president. Television and radio controlled by government. Government also harasses the journalists of independent newspapers who go against it. Government also ignored court judgments that went against it. Therefore, by this we come to know that there are much wrong things happening in Zimbabwe. An example of Zimbabwe says that popular governments can be undemocratic. Popular leaders can be autocratic. Autocratic means there is a leader which rules the country in his way and starts ruling how he wants. There should be sufficient room for normal politics, including opposition in the period before the election. States should respect some basic rights of the citizen. Here state means not our Karnataka, Maharashtra, and state means the complete country. They should be free to think and to have opinions, to express these in public, to form associations, to protest and take other political actions. Everyone should be equal before law, and it is an important thing in politics. These should be protected by independent judiciary whose orders obeyed by everyone. Condition after elections should also be like a democratic government could not do whatever it likes to. It should respect some basic rules, respect some guarantees to the minorities. Every decision should go through a series of consultations. Every office bearer has certain rights and responsibilities, and he should follow it. Each of these is accountable not only to the people but also to other independent officials. Means only people should not be accountable but also all the independent officials, president, each and every person in democracy should be accountable, answerable. Both aspects give us fourth feature, and it is a democratic government rules within its limits set by the constitutional law and citizens' right. Thank you guys for watching my video, and for the remaining topic please be waiting for my episode 2. And if you like my video, please like, share, comment below that how is this and should I continue making such kind of videos, and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon. Thank you.